Welcome back to Katie on the Couch, and today I am joined by Prestige Luxury Real Estate's Executive Director, Elena. Thank you, Elena, for joining me today.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. So I really would love to know a little bit about your career and why you joined the real estate industry, and I guess how you've managed to climb into such a senior position.
It was about 9 years ago to be precise. I was in between changing jobs, and I was thinking that I need to find a job where I can make lots of money at a time. I didn't want to be a salaried employee waiting from salary to salary. So real estate was already at its peak at that time. So I was invited by one of my friends who ran her own company. She was Chinese, and I was invited to join. So it was very interesting experience. My first deal I've closed in 2 weeks probably. She motivated me a little bit and offered me extra percentage just to get me interested. So probably in 2 weeks time I made about 22,000 dirham.
Wow, in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And you had never done real estate prior to this?
No, I haven't done real estate. I was working in a Swiss corporate company.
Okay.
Of course, I had the skills, I had the connections, I was managing people, so it was sort of easy for me.
Amazing. So you hit the ground running as soon as you joined the real estate industry?
Yes, true. I was in sales. So I believe as long as you have sold previously, regardless what it is, you can still sell real estate. So if you have done it once, you can do it again.
Exactly. Sales is sales. It doesn't really matter what the product is, right?
Absolutely.
Great. So in 9 years, you have started, I guess, on a regular level as a real estate agent, and you've climbed all the way up to executive director. How have you managed that?
Because I had experience, I was buying real estate as an end user, and I was selling real estate. For myself, being already a professional in another industry, for myself, I picked the do's and don'ts. So I said, if I am a real estate agent, I will definitely spend more time with the client, pay more attention to customer service. In the end, it's people business, and it's all about relationships, So I picked my own approach, and this is what basically helped me. And I started growing my own database of my clients, so lots of referrals. And in my first year, I closed, I am not sure, but it was over 15 houses. I have sold over 15 houses.
In your first 12 months?
In my first year of real estate. Wow. So it motivated me so much, and this is how I started. I then met Ajmal.
Yes.
And he invited me to join Prestige because I was already selling and doing quite well. He offered me senior position, and with the time I was promoted to the executive director.
Fantastic. So he must have been able to pick you out as you were such a high performer. I mean, 15 properties in your first 12 months is definitely better than your average real estate agent. We would normally say that if an agent joins the industry with no prior experience and they can sell 1 property a month, that would be 12 properties in the year, then they're doing really well. But you exceeded that. So clearly you were made to be in real estate.
Look, Katie, when I joined that boutique company, which was my first real estate, we did not have the capacity like what we offer to our agents in Prestige. Fully fledged training, all the tools, the marketing, the photo shoot. It was a small boutique company. So the first day when I joined, I opened Google and I started Googling what to do to become a successful real estate agent. I literally learned it from Google, and based on my gut feeling, based on do's and don'ts from the experience of my properties that I have sold and bought in the past. So it's just, you have to feel it. It's not just a job, it's people's business.
Amazing, thank you. Your real estate career sounds amazing from the get-go. You've had a lot of highs, a lot of wins, but tell me about the flip side. What kind of struggles have you faced, or just generally things that you have maybe found difficult since the beginning of your career till now?
Difficult. In fact, I didn't face any difficulties in real estate. The only thing is maybe Dubai is a young real estate market. So when we think or look at the trends of Dubai real estate, it's a bit fluctuating. So the transition from buyer's market to seller's market, this was probably something new to me, because there was a crisis back in 2012, which impacted the real estate market. So when I started, it was basically buyer's market. So you had to negotiate a lot. You had to deal with the sellers. You had to explain to them why they have to compromise on the price. So that transition, which happened after COVID, when real estate started booming, and already nobody cares about the selling price. People, they don't want to sell their properties. There is no real estate in the market. So this was a bit different rather than difficult.
Just adjusting to the changes.
Just adjusting to the changes. Otherwise, it's the same pattern, it's the same efforts. You have to be flexible, you have to know how to communicate with the sellers and how to communicate with the buyers, because these are two different categories of people, even though you might think that they are the same. Agents are asking me, who is more important, the buyer or the seller? And maybe you will be surprised, but I will always say that seller is more important than the buyer.
Really? Oh,
absolutely, wow. Because if you have no product, you have nothing to sell. So this is where you start. This is where you take care, get the product, get good property, market it well, do beautiful pictures, and buyers will be there, especially in Dubai real estate market.
Thank you, Elena. So I also would love to know a little bit about the areas that you specialize in and why you've chosen those areas.
I started with the Green Community DAP, which is actually leasehold, and it's one of the most difficult areas in Dubai to sell. I've been doing this for 2 to 3 years. And then when I've gained lots of clientele, so the client would buy Green Community and he also wants Marina and what are the new projects, then they want to sell their properties. So with the time, I started catering to most of the area. Today, most of my clients are I would say 60% are investors. So basically they come with a certain budget saying that we are aiming for this much ROI, and they are seeking just for my recommendation, which later on I do the property management for them. So basically I still do end users, but today I do all over Dubai.
Okay, fantastic. And then which would you say is your favorite area then?
Well, there are iconic areas in Dubai. So I suppose anywhere in the world, even in the city where you haven't been before, if you see Marina, it's associated somewhere next to the sea, right? So obviously it's Marina, it's Palm, it's downtown, but I would also recommend not to avoid new areas. highly populated areas like GVC, like Sport City, lots of new areas like Maritime, City Walk, you name them, yeah? These areas are in very high demand, and the newcomers, they prefer new areas, new developers with better finishing, better facilities. So there is no area that I like the most. You know, the farther away from the center, the higher is the ROI. The higher is return on investment, because the lower are the service charge and the value of the property is lesser than if you get close to the Palm, for example.
Fantastic. So there's no one area that I guess is superior to another. They all have different benefits.
Absolutely. All areas has got different benefits. You know, I am not a city person. I love Marina, but I personally wouldn't live in Marina. It's too noisy for me. I have too busy. Yeah, absolutely. I prefer to live somewhere in a gated community. But there are newcomers, young people who come, business people, yeah, they prefer something in downtown.
To be right in the midst of all the hustle and bustle.
Absolutely. So you can talk about every area. Obviously, one area is more favorable than the other, but the prices will differ as well.
Great, Elena. So you've given me such incredible insight into the world of Dubai real estate. What advice would you give to some new agents that are thinking about joining the industry or that are brand new into their career?
Okay. My advice would be to choose the right approach.
Okay.
If you're coming to Dubai with the approach, let me see how it works. Worst case scenario, if I don't make money in 1 or 2 months, I'll go back to my place. Most of the time, it's not going to work. My approach was, if one can do it, I can do it. So just be determined. It's not a rocket science. Yeah. Someone has done it, you can do it, as long as there is the passion, the will, and determination. So sky is the limit.
I love that. You should be a motivational speaker. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. I will definitely be sharing this with all of my new agents who are considering joining Prestige or that have just joined the team. I think that would really be a wonderful kind of boost of motivation and energy for them. So thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's my pleasure, Katie.
It's been so lovely to have you on the couch, and I'll want you to come back soon, hopefully.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching us.
Thank you for watching this episode of Katie on the Couch, and stay tuned for next week's episode to see who our next wonderful guest is going to be.